It's mad that they nachos. Shout out my vatos. Shout out the hoes that's watching me like my vatos. Click.
Yo, what's good, YouTube? You already know, man. It's your boy, LeBron, female rapidly. I'm back with another video. Please come in and thumbs up this video, subscribe to the channel, hit the bell notification, hit all notifications, so you have my videos in your possession each and every time I go live through uploads. So I did a little video earlier too, a little live video. Like I was just talking about some shit that I was going through with well, my niece is actually going through. So check that video out earlier from my earlier live. If you was in that live and you left feedback, I appreciate you. So yeah, man, like, yo, these kids are crazy in high school now. Like, I don't know what the fuck is going on. What's up, Miranda? What's up, Kayla? Yeah. Yo, let me tell you something. Hold on a second. Do I want to say no? Because I don't want to. Nah, I ain't even gonna go there. We ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. But all I want to tell you is this. Yes. Can I tell y'all something, honestly? And I'm gonna be just nice and give a high overview over it. I don't care how much your favorite content creator don't tell you, they do get boggled down when you keep messaging them back and forth. You keep responding to everything. Yeah, break it up. I see this one person is doing that. Today they did a very good job. You online, you ain't like nothing of mine. You ain't have to do it. I'm telling you, people don't realize that I'm so much of a normal person that, let me just give you an example of my behavior, just to let you know. And I'm not trying to be funny when I say this. I'm just trying to tell you to be more aware, right? I follow people on Twitter that sometimes I see their stuff and I don't comment on everything. I'll just retweet it sometimes just to support them because I get the support. You need people to populate you, and I'm all about that. Like I'm all about retweeting people, you know, especially like for reach. I understand it shows support, but I'm not under all of their posts. It's like I don't do that because it's like you have to be kind of like, if I felt as though that I comment under somebody's post 20 times a day, it's like, what are you doing? It's like you don't realize it's like the person might not say it, and I've never said it, but it is fucking annoying. So I do appreciate, listen, I have to realize certain people that I have to put my walls up to make them. And if that causes you to navigate away from me, then you have to do it. But you have to be aware of some of the shit that you do. Listen, let me tell you something. It even got to the point where I could make a post on Twitter. I knew who would be under the post immediately. And I try to be nice, but like that shit is annoying sometimes. Like give people grace. Like I feel like sometimes when you in content creator mode, people look at you as a machine and they just feel like you could take it. Let me tell you something. I'm just being completely real. Yeah, I know we all follow a lot of the same people. We do. Like, I don't really need, like, I appreciate when people DM me stuff, but we all see the same things. And if I was away from the computer, I'm going to see it when I get back. And then, like, it's just too much. It's too much. And I feel like it's up to you to show people what your personality takes and what it doesn't take. It's like, imagine, I could see if I was just flipping burgers all day and I ain't have nothing to do. But imagine being fully like, that's what I'm trying to say. And it's not a diss, but I don't know what some of y'all do all day. Like if I had an easy job, like I was just flipping burgers and scooping fries, I would be able to respond to every DM or whatever. But you have to realize, like, not if you don't know everybody's formula all of the time. A lot of us have different type of jobs that we're highly involved in. And when I start my new role on Monday, I'm definitely going to be off social media like that because I'm not playing with that shit at all. I'm not. I want to make sure that I make my mark, and I don't want that to be like, you know, in the fray at all. I don't want it to. But what I'm saying is that people expect instant responses back to you, but you don't know what I got going on. You don't know you don't know like my workload or anything like that. Like I get highly offended, especially if somebody messages you and then they start messaging you, telling you that they messaged you. I don't like that. And you know who you are. You know who you are. And I'm not mad at you. Like, yeah, I've been trying to like give you the signal for this whole time. Like, just chill. Like, you cool, but you just do too much. It's just too much. You don't got to be under. Like, can I tell you something? Sometimes when I post stuff, I don't care if nobody don't like it. It's literally just the thoughts coming off my mind. But if it's like, if you're repetitive and you do the same stuff all the time, you have to, it's like you don't have any type of internal clocks to know that that's annoying. Like, you don't have to do that. If you see a post and you support it, just retweet it and keep it moving. But leaving comments under it all the time, you have to realize that gets annoying. And it's like one of my homegirls who on Twitter, she's post shit that I like all the time, but I don't comment under all of it. I see her and I see that she's trying to get a reach. I just retweet her shit. And I know that it's work. You want to know why? Because when I go to her page, I see multiple people who follow me, who follow her. So I know that it's working. So support her and move on. But you weigh people down when you keep commenting to them and you keep DMing them back and forth. It's too much. That's why I just stopped responding to people's DMs. I just stopped it. And I don't be trying to be rude, but it's too much. You say one thing, then they say something back. They say something back. I could get it like between like certain people I have that type of banter with, but certain people just weigh you down. And I feel like content creators don't talk about the truth for that, or some of them you just can't reach them and they're not even reading your messages. I used to feel so compelled, like I had to respond all the time. Now I just like, nope, it just is what it is. And you know what it is? You got to enforce your bound. Excuse me, and this is with anybody, not even content creation, but you have to enforce your boundaries and be okay with the way that people feel. Like I learned that through somebody. Like have your boundaries and be okay with how people feel about it. Yeah, you're gonna have to be okay with it because that I did that people pleasing shit. I would be a liar to tell you that I never was a people pleaser, but that was early on in my life, like middle school. And I remember the day where that shit stopped. Like I just remember the day it stopped because this kid, he tried to take advantage of me. Like I was helping him out because I understood that he ain't have no lunch money, but he started to expect that shit. And I remember I dropped that food so quick and was about to fight that nigga in the cafeteria. He stopped it. And then it's like it puts a light bulb off in your head, like, oh, this is all I got to do for like people. Yeah, like, nah, I'm not a come up for anybody. I will help you, but I don't like to be weighed down. Like, I don't at all. Question Laurent in chat. Laurent, do you think I don't know. I don't know, Miranda. He could be, you know. I love what she said about Nicki. Eve is a real one. Oh, you talking about Eve? Eve. Yeah. So we shouldn't be standing stand pages. That's what I'm saying, Tamira. Yo, and I appreciate you because me and you definitely had some good conversations. But you one of the ones you speak to, like, not saying that I can't be approached like I'm not a regular human being, but you don't like make it daunting for me to check your messages. You don't do that. Me and you, if we speak, you know, if you have something to be said, you're gonna say it to me. And it's like when a person doesn't OD and message you back and forth, I'm more compelled to open up your message. But if a person just weighs you down with stuff all the time, you sending me stuff that I'm gonna see anyway. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're all regular people. Would you like it if I did that to you? You wouldn't like it. So I'll take it. I'll be the bad guy. I'll be the one to put the message out. Yeah, because a lot of people, they're not gonna say it, but yeah, I will. I don't like that shit. I don't. I've always, let me tell you something. I said today to somebody, I'm an introvert and an extrovert. I'm a people person, but I don't like people like at the same time. And I just that's always been me. And I'm not gonna change for online shit. I feel like that's protected me my whole life and I'm not gonna change. So you can't be everywhere and I can't be in every message. It just can't. Like I can't. Point blank. So let's see. Juicy Fruit, all the girls flopping on the charts. Yeah, you know what really made me think on some real shit, right? How the fuck did Sexy Red get a Drake collaboration? Now, and I was saying this in my other video, you know, Cardi is out here, whatever. I mean, don't you think that she would have an impact? How did Sexy Red get a collaboration with Drake? I mean, they say that Drake is a op, right? I think there's levels to it. What time is it? 9:45. I'm giving myself a half hour because tomorrow I have a meeting with my hiring manager. They going out to this luncheon that for the department, and she invited me to it even though I don't start till Monday. So I'm just want to go over some things, some notes that I wrote down because I just want to have good conversation. I don't know about you, but just cheat code, cheat code, cheat code. Anytime I know that I'm gonna have a meeting or going into anything, I pre-plan before it so that when I go in, I'm not just like, you're gonna have your regular banter back and forth about what you're doing now and shit like that. I'm just like kind of forecasting what this conversation was, with the way this conversation is going to go. But I also want to have some, I've already interviewed and everything, but I just want to have like conversation about things that I've like, that I noticed about the role and just different things that I'm like able to just bring up and just, just have good conversation. You have to prepare yourself for things like that. Like doing commentary and then having a meeting like it's work related, you got to prepare. You have to prepare in two different ways. So I just want to make sure that, I'm astute and ready for this, for this luncheon tomorrow. I'm excited about it because it's like, damn, they didn't have to invite me to it. So, my new manager, she reached out to my current manager and was just like, hey, I want him to be a part of this luncheon tomorrow. So I'm like, damn. So I'm gonna be going to do that. I'm so excited. Monday is just it's like it's a change. Like, thank God. I'm in a whole new building too. It's just gonna be amazing. Like, it's just dope. So yeah. But listen, let's move. Let's keep it moving, right? What do I want to land first? Sometimes I be having to look at my title. Azealia Banks snaps on Drake. Nicki Minaj sales exposed. Cardi B flops and Sexy Red rises. Ice Spice. So Ice Spice Deli just went gold. So I don't know. I felt like Deli was going to do way more than that, but I guess it's still doing good. Let me go to Ice Spice page because I seen her post that. Yo, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, right? I know I don't want to be too judgy. I just got into an argument with one of my friends over the weekend too, because I don't know, y'all. I had this conversation with y'all before. So Ice Spice, she's celebrating Delhi. Delhi went gold. She said we eating good. We eating good, or whatever the case may be. I felt like Delhi should have performed way better on like the charts, though. I guess it served its purpose, right? Um, what? What y'all getting me this year? Oh, Ice Spice birthday is she's a New Year's baby? Oh shit. So Delhi is gold. Shout out to Ice Spice. You know, I like that song. I expected more for it, but then when I thought about it for a moment, the sound is kind of regional. It's not really like worldwide, even though it's kind of like a and why do they do this? It's like you might like, I'm gonna have to just block her name. It's like, why would you think I might like that? Like, no. So yeah, shout out to Ice Spice with Delhi going gold. I want to bring this up on the other side. Give me a second. Let me see. QC. All right. I wanted to show this first though. So do y'all see this right here? Yo, I just want to bring this up. I don't know where you from and if you've ever seen something that was if you ever we called these freezy cups in New York, where I'm from, right? But let me tell you, this lady pissed me off so bad. And now that I think about it, it's like, what the fuck is on your mind? It's like, who really? But you know, back then, it's times and eras for everything, right? This is why I want to say to anybody who has that entrepreneurial type of like either strengths or like yearning for it. Sometimes you gotta, and I want you to look at this for an example, right? You have to be in the moment with some things, like real talk. Like you seen how that was a wave. Certain waves you could get on, and it could be really like a lot of people I know they do like that drop shipping. They ship through Amazon. Like my homegirl, right? I promise you, yo. I don't know how she hopped on it, but she hopped on this whole hula hoop gang, this hula hoop game, and selling jump ropes. Yo, she showed me the proof. She made like $88,000 last year just selling hula hoops and jump ropes. She created a Shopify store, and whatever way that she done got stuck up in the algorithm for hula hoops and jump ropes, she made good money. But what I want to say is that like, yo, for a business person, you have to be evolved. You have to evolve like, all the time. And I feel as though like you have to be focused on progression, and you have to keep your eyes on the market. Like, not saying that a person made millions off of freezy cups, but it's like yo, it just made you think about it, how that's not popular right now. But think about what is popular right now. What are people making money off of? Like, you just got to be in the now with some shit. But anyway, I never fucking forget. I went to this old lady house. She used to live like across the bridge from where I used to stay at, like in these projects. And I remember I scraped up like, I think, was it back then? Was she selling it for like 25 cents? When I tell you I scraped up like 25, I scraped up 25 cents like in pennies. When I tell you I went to her door and she turned me down, she's like, I told y'all kids about coming here with all these pennies. It's still 25 fucking cents. Like, what is wrong with you? I never forget that lady. She pissed me off. Real talk. I don't know if any of y'all ever had any experience like that, but she pissed me the fuck off with that shit. It's like, it's still 25 cents. Like, yeah, I think, to be honest with you, that was one of the last times that I even bought those from somebody, because I'm like, this shit is goofy. Like, you know what else was goofy too? And I'm telling you, I don't know when you had this realization in your life. I don't know when you had this realization in your life, but when did you stop trick or treating? You want to know when I stopped trick or treating and it all made sense to me? When I was in seventh grade, because when I was in sixth grade, I started to work in my dad's store. So could you imagine, I'm not trying to be funny or nothing, but I was just ahead of my time, and I know that I know y'all may think like you're gonna get your karma for this or whatever the case may be. But at the age in sixth grade, I was fully aware of what was going on. Like, as far as like my dad and how like, child support was going and everything like that. So I was working in my dad's store, and I used to steal money out the register because I'm like, you ain't paying my mother child support, nigga. Like, I'm stealing money out the register. If you really think, and I've done told this story on this channel before, if you think that I'm working at this fucking store from 3 o'clock, because my middle school was right by that store. If you think that I'm getting off school at 2:50, walking to this store, staying there till 9 o'clock at night for $40 a week, my nigga, you got me fucked up. You got me fucked up. How about $40, $60 a day? yo, I used to be having so much money at that young of an age that I was just like, yo, that's where the kid got fucked up when he tried to bully me and think because I was giving him like, yo, you want something? Because I'm telling you, that's why I feel like I'm immensely blessed right now because I was good to a lot of people. Like, go to school, like, yo, like, you want an extra piece of pizza? Give him the money, give him. But then I realized people take advantage. And then one time when I didn't want to give this kid money, he tried to act like he wanted to fight me, and I dropped that shit so quick. I'm like, what? And that nigga walked right off. Don't fucking play with me. I'm like, you can't even be nice to people. You want to know what? The public school taught me that. You can't be nice. New York taught me that. You can't be nice to people. No matter how nice you are, people take the kindness as a weakness. So that's what my niece is going through now. Like, she want to get like, yo. So just to kind of like high overview over that now while I'm trying to find these sales. Okay, so this is the sales for Nicki's album. So just a high overview real quick. So my niece, she goes to all girls school, right? And I spoke about this earlier, how since my nieces went to a few all girls school, and I feel like within these schools, it's toxic lesbianism. It'd be a whole bunch of fighting, girls having issues over stupid shit, and shit like that. And my niece told me, she was like, since it's what is it, October 9th? She told me this story yesterday. She said it's this girl in my school is like, I'm friends with somebody who she likes or who she fooled around with, and she's been basically trying to bully me since the beginning of the school year. She called me a bitch. She did certain things like that, and she was like, on Tuesday we fighting, like point blank. She was like, it's nothing else, it can't be mediated. I feel like she's playing with me. And you want to know what? um that was my secret weapon when I was younger. I always would lead with being nice to people, and I always called myself, like, I had the soda bottle effect. Once you shake me and that lid pop, when them hands start shaking, it's over for you. It's over because there's no calming down after that, because it took me a minute to even get to that point. So my niece, she like, these girls was playing on her phone over the weekend, and I'm just like, this whole shit is goofy anyway. It's like, you got to realize the source of this shit is the girl. I said, why did she even let you call? And I said, real talk, you got to look at her like she the op too. She could get her ass beat too. The friend who you so close to, and you think that, and she's mad at you because she thinking you dating her, she could get her ass beat too. But I'm like, the uncle in me doesn't want you to fight. I said, you got to separate from her. And I feel so bad for my niece. I don't know if any of y'all can relate to this, but she's an only child. I don't know if you are only child, but y'all value y'all friendship so much, right? I'm not telling you that I don't value my friendships, but I grew up with brothers and I grew up being loved. So I'm cutting your motherfucking ass off. And if you do anything that's funny, niggas is gonna be on your ass. You know what I'm saying? My niece, she don't got that. She grew up valuing her friendships, and like, she puts too much value in them. Just to be honest with you, I'm not saying that human beings don't got value, but I know how to cut motherfuckers off. I cut a lot of people off that's mad about it. I cut a lot of people off who, man, I'm telling you, LaRon. If now, see, I feel like nowadays people try to put so much. You ever know somebody be like, "Oh, you're funny style. Oh, you're this, you that." LaRon is funny style. LaRon will stop talking to you in a heartbeat. Yes, he's funny style because the love is in his heart. The love is within the family. It's like, even though like certain shit be happening with my family now, it's like, that's now, but I still come from love. Like, I grew up, even though like everything wasn't perfect with my dad. Like, I seen him a lot when, growing up. He was in my life a lot, so I don't have any issues. I'm not nursing any issues. I do feel like I have some toxic issues based on me and him, like, getting into it once I turned like 18, and I had to confront that nigga about asking me about how much what I'm spending my money on. I'm like, you didn't buy this shit. Like, what is like, and then we ain't speak for a minute. That taught me right there that if I could not speak to my father for like a year or two or whatever, I could cut anybody off. It's just the way you got to realize. I kind of like rationalize things differently. Say I really like you, and me and you stop speaking. I think about my grandfather who died, who I miss. I think about my grandmother who died. I think about my cousin who got killed. You're not over that. You're not over it at all. You could stop speaking to me today. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you. You have to kind of like, let me tell you something. You might care. I might care, but I don't care enough. You understand what I'm saying? I don't care enough. So yeah, that's just a little, glimpse into that. But my niece, she values her friendships with people, and she be holding on to people. And I've never been like that. Like, nah. So anyway, let's move on because I was yapping, yapping, yapping. Nicki Minaj, pre-sales 10,000. She sold, listen, and this is just orders. I told y'all this before, right? She has 10,000 orders. So within these orders, multiple people have purchased too. So this could easily be 20,000 sales. You don't know. Like, yo, this shit is crazy. Do you understand? I was won't say that it's 20,000 because everybody didn't buy it, but a lot of people bought both. And I'm about to get the other one too because I got the black one. I'm gonna buy the other one too. So just to have that because I feel like I'm gonna do something with them and use them on my wall. You want to know what's so crazy? Let me do this. I want to do this real quick. I want to go and look up Pink Friday vinyl because Nicki thinks she's slick. Pink Friday vinyl. Let me see some. Oh, that's the cost of them. I was trying to see if I could clock some tea on her, but it ain't no tea to be clocked. You know what I was gonna try to do? Because to be honest with you, I'm not the type of person that buys vinyls. So I didn't know the true cost of a vinyl. So I'm like, vinyls are $33. I'm like, is this gonna be a double CD? Is it gonna be more music? This is why this is $33. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. Give me a second. This is Hold on a second. Oh my God. Hmm. All right, it's some family shit. I apologize, y'all. Oh. Mm-mm. Anyway, so I was trying to see like what happened, like as far as like the pricing. I'm like, is this gonna be a double CD? Like, is it, just trying to like brainstorm and figure out like what is going on. But I think that that's dope that Nicki sold 10,000 copies 10,000 units of the motherfucking vinyls. You got to realize that's power. Ain't no bitches even selling that. Like, come on. To me, she's already sold more than Doja Cat's first and second week sales with pure sales. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. I'm from the era where pure sales do matter because that means that people opened up their wallet. Do you understand? It's a big difference. Like, it's a big difference from people who open up a device and stream and just stream a song. I feel like that's so fucking lazy. It's nothing tangible with it at all. Like, you understand what I'm saying? There's nothing tangible there. Oh, I wonder what's gonna happen next week when I need to look that up and see what's gonna happen when Drake make a splash on the charts with his songs and see where different songs are gonna be landed. But nonetheless, I'm really proud of Nicki. Like, if make sure that you support and buy that if you haven't already. Go to Nicki Minaj shop.nickiminajofficial.com and purchase one of these. And then when she comes out with her other stuff, we got to make sure that we purchase. You need to purchase when she gets the pre-order for the album. See, I like that she's giving it to us in increments. But you want to know what? I'm gonna say this too. I know you have to wait for certain things to be approved and shit like that, but I felt like Nicki, she put her pre-order out for Pink Friday like so early. I wish that we would have had a little bit more leeway though, just to be honest with you. But everything will work out and the way that it's supposed to. But Pink Friday, that pre-sale was up early. Like, yeah. That shit was up early. I guess Nicki figures she like shit. Ain't nobody selling no real units like that anyway. Like, she probably figures she don't need all that time, you know? So combined with the CD sales that's gonna come, and I hope she has compact. I hope she has bundles as well. So I think this project is gonna do really good. I'm interested to see what's going to be released within the next coming weeks. And I kind of feel like this too. Even though we all love Big Difference, I don't think Nicki wants that to come out right now. Like, for some reason, I don't think she wants to roll her album out with that. So I actually have an idea what I think she's gonna do because we ain't get no video for last time that I saw you. I mean, we all can think of different things. Like, do you think that she's gonna release videos like maybe like a visual album? Like, we don't know what she's working on, to be honest with you, but I feel like it is gonna be a bang once we get it. So I'm interested to see what her promo is set up to be. You know what's so crazy too? Let me go over here real quick. So shout out to Nicki. Keep purchasing and buying that if you haven't purchased it already. I want to bring this up. I guarantee you, I'm not trying to be funny. Oh God, Doja Cat for Skechers. What? See, that's what I'm telling you. Be blessed into how these look. I ain't never wear no Skechers. Skechers was like the white people sneaker. Like, just to be honest with you, like I feel like everything is so blended now with like the way that like some white people. I ain't saying Jordans was made for black people, right? But when I was growing up in the 90s and the early 2000s, white people had a specific swag and black people had a specific swag. They just did. And Skechers was their swag. They didn't wear like Air Maxes and Jordans and like different things like that. And now they're so intertwined with us where it's like they want to be swaggy like us too. Like Skechers is right up her brand. It is. So listen, I want to mention this about Doja Cat going on Hot Ones. Now, even though I feel like she's weird as fuck, wearing that racist ass, that T-shirt, like Doja Cat is just weird to me. But one thing I can promise you is she's gonna have a way better conversation than stupid ass Cardi B. I can't take. Let me tell you something. You want to be honest too. The reason why I put Cardi B flop in this title, yo, my nigga, you know that interview that was surfacing, and that's what really made me go look. You know that interview that was surfacing where Cardi was like, she don't make people pick sides. Do you know how long ago that interview came out? Like 3 weeks ago. A lot of her interviews, she did an interview with Sway in the morning. Shit averaged 33,000 views. Them niggas got 2.8 or 3 million subscribers on that channel. That ain't making no sense. It ain't making no sense. And Cardi, she wanted a big push for this bongo shit, right? She wanted a big push for bongos. Bitch, you doing interviews like the album rolled out. And it's like, now you're gonna go back to Sway when the album come out? It just don't make no sense. You did all of this shit for bongos and like, yo, it's so crazy. Like, I just can't, I don't feel like people really focus on it. But Cardi, she looks so different from her photos than when she does interviews. And it's like very different to me. I don't know what it is, but yo, when I seen that shit, when I said, oh, she was on Sway in the morning, hold on a second. Because when I went to YouTube, I was trying to find that podcast interview that she did just to see what the fuck she was talking about. And even on there, she was just like, it's hard to watch sometimes. Like somebody just be that stupid. Hold on a second. Just to kind of show you what I'm talking about, let me put Cardi B interviews because YouTube is going to bring all of the new ones up. I couldn't believe that she had so much interviews. I'm like, damn, none of these shits went up. The fucking Sway universe, they got 3 million subscribers. Why that shit ain't got at least 200,000, 300,000 views? Cardi B interview. Let's see. The only interview she got that went up was the one that was on. She did the what was that when the what's that shit that Doja Cat doing? It says First We Feast. Then she did something with Vogue. Hold on a second. Yeah, look at this. This don't make no sense to me. Sway's Universe. She did this interview 3 weeks ago, 34,000 views. That is weird. Even her body language was so weird on here too. Like, it's like, let me tell you something. And these black women on this platform that was gassing her up, I could not believe the gas in the building. It's just like Cardi, she's all about it's like she couldn't even like articulate herself right. I don't think they know that. No, I don't want premium YouTube.
Let me say who we got in the room.
No. And Sway, they be gassing these bitches up. Shorty got dressed on with her little uptowns. I mean the Jordan ones. It's just like I feel like this. I don't know. I feel like Sway. I like Sway and I respect him as a he does. I feel like Sway is good for doing like the freestyles and shit like that. But look at this: 2.53 million subscribers, 34,000 views on this. What? That's weird. Mm-mm. I think Cardi knows that something is not right either. Because let me tell you something. She can avoid this shit all she wants to. She knows that. And I be feeling like this. I'm not even trying to gas myself up, but I feel like Cardi be listening to a lot of us commentators on YouTube because she be saying some shit that I be feeling like that I said. I'm not even trying to be funny, but I feel as though that like in this interview, or was it with another interview, she's kind of slow too. She like, people don't even like me and they don't even know why. No, bitch, we don't like you because you threw a shoe at Nicki. You get into these interviews talking about you don't even like, you don't even, you ain't on this and you ain't on that, but you have yet to apologize. I feel like she looks over that shit. Like, no, you a weird ass bitch and you're not consistent with your wordplay and none of that shit. You get angry when people don't like what you got coming out. Your husband's coming out with a new album soon, and that will flop too. Selling that shit for $5.99. I could not believe that shit when I opened up my cell phone and typed in because I'm like, because I thought that Offset was dropping last Friday, right? So I opened up the cell phone and I type in Offset and I looked at the album that was coming out and that shit said $5.99. I said $5.99 and you got 18 songs. You're just basically giving it away at this point. You're just basically giving away. That's free pussy. I mean, he around Cardi, so he used to it. Free pussy, you know? Free pussy. He just giving it away. Like, damn, just keep the pantry door open and just let them take everything you got. Like, damn, $5.99? That is fucking crazy. Like, damn, I sold my shit for $5.99 and I ain't like, what? That shit just weird to me. 20 songs for $5.99. Right. That shit is weird. Just apologize already, Cardi B. But she not gonna apologize because she got her black friend Star Brim behind her, telling her to be ignorant. I mean, you've seen the transcripts and how she was talking. You got to realize, I feel like there is a part of Cardi B who do want to apologize to Nicki. She don't really want this war. She don't want the beef like that as far as like lyricism, music, like she talent wise. She don't compare to Nicki. But her friends is in her ear, like, no, fuck that bitch. You that bitch, Cardi. Fuck that bitch. Them bitches hating on you because you mad. You get the bag. I could hear Star Brim. You gassing this bitch up while she sends you on trips. And Cardi probably feel like she owe her the world and all of that. I know how it goes. I know how it goes. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be honest with you. I've seen an array of different people have friends. You ever see somebody have a friend and you know the friend ain't no good? Yeah, Cardi is pussy. That's why she got to keep Star Brim around. I could guarantee you, if she ever try to cut Star Brim off, it's gonna be an issue. Either she gonna start leaking information. It's gonna be funny style. Like, let me tell you something. What's so real about me? I don't want, and this is why I don't put people in my business, and I don't keep people around for the wrong reasons. Because when I want to cut you off, it's time for you to go. Like, point blank. Like, it ain't no attachments. You're not a vital part, part of what I do. Like, nah, I feel like this is why it's important for you to do you on your own, because people, if I've learned anything from being online, people are funny style and it could get weird. So no, it's no alliances. It's like, no, if it's an alliance, it's family. And like, that's that. We got our own issues even, but Drake is the first rapper to surpass 80 million. Okay. Yeah, Starbrim is using her though, going on all them fancy trips and going out, going out to Florida and all of that. Who you think? Let's be honest. That girl ain't got no career going on. Who you think is funding that? Who you think is funding Starbrim doing anything? Cardi is funding it. I don't care what nobody say. She's funding that shit. So let's see. Cardi is a Libra. She will never apologize. Libras to me are liars too. They're liars. I remember, I learned this early on. Libras are liars. I remember this girl told me that when we was younger in school, and it came so true. It was this hall monitor. He was born on October 3rd. I never forget that shit because he had the same birthday as one of my friends. And how I knew that they was liars, I'm not saying you can't judge all of them off of that, but this nigga lived he was married, lived with his wife and his kids, and this nigga was fucking the seniors who was going to the night program. They was 18, so you couldn't get in trouble. I feel like it was still it still wasn't like proper for him to do that, like sleeping with the seniors, like, who went to the night school program. I never forget my friend. She was like, yo, I was just in the hallway. She said, do you know that this girl cut me off just so she could walk in front of the hall monitor? She's like, these little bitches is grown. That shit is real talk. Like, they would be, You know, some girls they have them that thing. They got a thing for older men, and they was trying to fuck with the hall monitors. There's a few hall monitors in upstate New York that got fired from their job for being inappropriate with girls. Real talk. Well, some of them want that. I'm calling you daddy. Rain down on me. Cardi is not meant to be here. She need to find something else to do. But you know, she said she gonna stay. She gonna keep putting out music. And you know, Cardi, she's having a big issue right now. You know what her issue is? Is that she thought bongos was gonna be so high and it was gonna catapult this new era, and she was gonna be ready to roll out CB2. I'm telling you now, bitches, back to the drawing board. You're gonna have to do some quick shit like a up or some shit like that. She gonna have to. Y'all know y'all feel it. This is not the energy you want to come out with your album. The crazy thing about it is that like with Nicki, right? Nicki dropped, you know, last time that I saw you, she got a few records that she dropped this year that did amazing. Barbie World is still up, is #1 on pop radio right now. So it's like Nicki has friction out here. So she's out here already, but it's like Cardi, she trying to find her footing. And baby girl, I know the situation. Baby girl, you know the situation. Yeah, Cardi she gonna have to do something else. You know, Megan Thee Stallion ain't promoting that shit, and she's out here looking like the results ain't responsive. You know what I'm saying? So Offset, he's coming, you know, this week with his new project, and she gonna try to talk some slut shit. She want to be on her Pound Town 2 shit. You know what I'm saying? Fendi the rapper, she flopped. Lotto, she off the charts now, and you know that only lasted. That shit, that was it. You know what's so crazy and what's so interesting? What is so interesting is the flop that Lotto is. It's interesting. You want to know why it's interesting to me? Because how is it that any song that you do on your own literally does not go anywhere? Any song that Lotto does goes nowhere. Oh my God, it's 10:14. All right, I'm gonna give myself an additional 15 minutes, so I need to breeze. But yo, Lotto, I mean, the writing is on the wall, bitch. You don't need to even be in a record deal. You don't need to be in a record deal. There's a struggling, striving black female artist who just needs to be in that budget capacity, and they just need to push. Why is Lotto signed at the end of the day? Why? Why is it? Why is she a thing? Why? She literally comes out with music that does nothing. You can't get Cardi on all of them. You can't get the payola push on all of them. It's about to be lights out. I'm telling you, the label could see the stats, and they probably gassed off of that Jung Cook shit. And most of them streams ain't even coming from the United States, because if it was, the song would be charting higher on Billboard. Bitch ain't doing shit. She not no threat. None of them listeners from that Jung Cook song came over to support none of her new efforts. They've been left her in the fucking ghetto in front of the fucking welfare office. That's where they left the bitch. Right in front of the fucking welfare office. Like, you take the bitch. We only want her when she Korean with that Korean fry, with that white rice. That's the only time they want the bitch. All right. Yo, you ever go to fucking Wingstop? That fucking Korean barbecue, that Korean spicy. Oh, it's fried extra, extra, extra crispy. That shit is amazing. Yeah, them Koreans ain't fucking with her. They said this bitch thought we gonna stream her music. No, they not streaming the music, baby. They only want you when you was with Jungkook. No, you gain no listeners off of that. Nobody's over in Korea streaming that bullshit. It's a party. Nobody's in Korea streaming that bullshit. Part 2, whatever the fuck, with Cardi, is over. And once it's over, it's fucking over. So my whole thing is, it's just like, you know, pandemic over. You know, they spent all that money for big energy. She came out here with lottery thinking that she was gonna run the rhythm with some shit like that, and it just failed. The results aren't responsive. So I want to ask you this: if you are an aspiring artist or anything, what is the difference between you and Lotto, other than the fact that she just has a budget behind her and somebody just chose to support certain records? Why didn't they put that money inside a lottery? She really thought she was. You know what's so crazy with her? And that shit backfired. And I feel like she's still reaping the karma of that shit. Cause yeah, bitch, outside of this Jungkook shit, you ain't got nothing going on stream wise. You have nothing going on. Cardi shit, that shit came and gone. It's over. Came and gone. It's over. That It's a Party shit is never gonna pop. Never. You're gonna need Adele on the remix to make that shit go up. You're gonna need Nicki to do a verse on it. Lotto needs to apologize, to be honest with you, because she don't really got no fans anyway. Lotto needs to apologize. Fendi the rapper, yeah, the algorithm handled you too, bitch. You tried to come out and try to be funny to Nicki, bitch. That's why your song ain't even hit top 100 on fucking radio. That shit settled to the fucking bottom. Next. What's next? Can't get Cardi to save everything. Huh? What's next? Cardi barely fucking breathing herself. Only reason why she is on the fucking charts is because the radio giving her little updates every day. That's it. That's it. Next. What's next? Lotto? What's next, Fendi? I knew they hate that curveball that Sexyy Red got with that Drake. Yeah, she was out there on that stage, and titties pushed up real nice for him. Yeah, I know she mad. Like, Cardi got to feel like an insufficient funds ass bitch. You want to know why? Because how the fuck Sexyy Red, who they would look into this girl face and don't feel like she deserves XYZ. Now, even though we know Drake got his shit with him too, right? I can't take everything away from Drake and just say he's not talented. He's obviously has some sort of longevity and been able to remain consistent in this industry. But for this nigga to overlook the spoiled goods and Cardi B and go straight to the ghetto, like, no, that dance, but I know how to fuck. Throw that ass back when a real nigga up. Throw that ass back when a real nigga up. Sexy. I ain't no scary ass bitch. I'm a hoe. That nigga wanted that shit on his project. He ain't want no mush mouth. That's how Cardi rap. And she do that shit, try to have a little attitude with her head. That shit is whack, ma. That shit is whack. Just trying to exist in a black girl world. And it's like, you know what's so crazy? I know that there's something that exists inside of Cardi B. Like, damn, this nigga partisan be writing me bars. I said pussy tighter than virgin. I said this. What does Sexyy Red really say? I ain't no scary ass bitch. I'm a hoe. Huh? Give me that dick. I've been bad. But that dick be so good. My folk on my baby dad. Yeah, that got Drake. That got Drake, and she already has 10 million streams on Spotify, and it will surpass Bongos. Trust me, it will. It will surpass it. Yeah, Northside, come fuck something. That nigga don't want you. He don't want that spoiled rice. He don't want it. He don't want it at all. He want that. He want that hoochie. He want that ghetto pussy. That's what he want on his project. You know what I'm saying? And I'm telling you, because let's be honest and reflect on some shit. Like, we were like coworkers working at a place for a business or something like that. And you've seen people who got promoted. Now, we can't necessarily say that they didn't. Some people don't deserve to get promoted. But the thing is that a lot of people will look at Sexyy Red like, what did she do to deserve a Drake feature? What the fuck did you do to deserve it? You ain't even no real fucking artist. What did you do? So, yeah. Deal with it. Fucking deal with it. She compared her pee to a damp concrete cold garage and WAP. He didn't want her sandwich spread. Hell no, he ain't want it. He want that Northside coochie. Sexyy Red was flaunting that fucking Alfredo like, Drake chef, man, cook. You think I'm supposed to be impressed by some fucking heavy cream and Parmesan and mixed up with some salt and pepper and butter? Yeah, once I learned how to make Alfredo, I'm not excited when I see other people eating it. You know, call me a hater. Say what the fuck you want to say. I'm not excited about no motherfucking heavy cream with fucking garlic. I'm not. All right? I know everybody make it different now. All right? So let's talk about Azealia Banks on Drake. Azealia Banks comments on Drake's response to Joe Budden. So y'all know what happened with Joe Budden and how Drake left that essay-length response to him because he critiqued his album. And Azealia Banks forever, you know, she got her other page deleted from hating on Papa Bear. This is why when I start putting things into perspective, like, I could never co-sign the bitch. I can't, because she was going too far. In case you don't know, it don't get widely spoken on, but Azealia Banks got snatched up because she was disrespecting Papa Bear. She was talking about somebody's child, disrespecting. So that's why it's funny to me. Like, yo, I want to tell you this. I used to love Azealia Banks' music, but when I seen her try to co-sign Cardi B and try to throw Nicki under the bus, I said, no, black bitch. And for you to sit up here and say anything about Drake being white, the amount of white dick that you suck, you see what I'm saying? I always have to be analytical. I have to overlook shit because, no, you can't. Yeah, I can sit up here and say what the fuck I want to, but Azealia Banks, you literally suck white dick. You literally ride white dick. You literally do all of that. So how could you sit up here and say anything about Aubrey? If anything, he's probably the dick you want, because he got the oppressor jizzle. So it's like, go suck it up, but don't try to get on here when you ride white dick. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, yo, I wish that I could be one of those simple people where somebody could tell me something and I could take it as is and just take it and just move on. But I think too much and I can't and I won't ever stop. You know, it's a blessing to be in your right mind. One day you might not be in your right mind. One day you might get dementia. But until I fucking get there, I'm gonna say what the fuck I want to say, and I'm gonna brainstorm constantly and remain inquisitive about shit. I'm just always gonna be that way. So Azealia Banks said, also, can hip hop get any more trashy? Does Birdman know how low IQ, tacky, and how much of a fucking loser he looks threatening Joe Budden via the internet? Like, you can get arrested for that, Birdman. Yeah, and you could get your page deleted for talking about a fucking baby. And she was just talking about Blue Ivy the other day. Let me tell you something. Azealia Banks was talking about Blue Ivy. Now, I promise you this. Now, I don't know it, but I will put my life on it. You know that Beyonce is all about business, right? That girl danced on stage for 56 shows. I can guarantee you she grossed more money than me and anybody probably just from dancing on that show. You know Beyonce paid her, right? You know that she did. That's business. You come out, you dance, you do your thing, you're getting paid. Because it's all a tax write-off at the end of the day. She made so much money that she has to have write-offs too, right? So you have to pay your daughter. I'm pretty sure Blue Ivy made a pretty coin on that. It's kind of like that whole YouTube thing where in certain states that if people show their family on YouTube, you got to start setting aside money for the kids. Because it's like, that's visibility. Yeah, she deserved to be paid. I think Blue Ivy did a good job. I felt like she progressed throughout the show and the performances. She did better and better and better. She's a little fucking girl. What do you really expect? But Azealia Banks even made comments about her. I don't respect nobody who talk about kids because it's just like, you going too far. You going too far. It was like I was listening to Wiley the other day and he was doing commentary on Tasha K, but then he started calling her daughter ugly. I'm like, Wiley, why would you do that? Let me tell you something. I'm gonna be completely honest. I listen to a lot of content creators and I be feeling like this, right? Even though I know like different people have different quality, different pulls, or whatever the case may be, I think everybody deserves an audience, right? But I be feeling like, damn, like, so for example, what he did, I'm just like, damn, I want everybody to grow, but it's like sometimes you bring negative energy on yourself by like just going low below the belt, like, and just talking about like people, kids. I just feel like it's too far. It's too easy to just do the commentary and talk about the people at hand. Like, why do you got to go low? Like, I just feel like it's too much. Like, it's just too much. So Azealia Banks, she definitely got that energy too, talking about people's kids. It's like, can you not conceive or something? Is there something evil coming up out of you? Is this the reason why you giving it up that way? So anyway, she said also, can hip hop get any more trashy? Does Birdman know how low IQ, tacky, and how much of a fucking loser he looks like threatening Joe Budden via the internet? Like, you can get arrested for that, Birdman. Can you just make some more lugs and quit threatening people online before you get arrested? Shit, like that really makes the genre look trashy and low budget as hell. But and sorry, you kind of just made it so hot that if anything happens to Joe Budden, it's certainly getting traced back to you and Drake. Loved your version on constantly hating, but it has been a minute since anyone cared for your music. And he's a millionaire. He got way more money than you. He got way more money than you while you sitting up there selling booty butters. See, let me tell you something. Nicki, some of y'all fans too, I made a comment under a video. No. I was doing commentary the other day, right? And I was saying, like, the Nicki fans, and a lot of y'all got it. This girl really got in my comments, and I know you probably here tonight too. She said, you said Nicki fans, so that means that you're not one. Didn't you say something about Nicki paid your rent for a few months? I said, you talking about a fucking April Fool's joke that I did. Nicki did not pay my motherfucking rent for a few months, you asshole. And I did commentary, and I said, Nicki paid my rent. It was literally on April Fool's Day. I don't give a fuck how anybody feel about that video that I did. I did it, and it was what the fuck it was. Listen, you want to know how like I feel like emotional intelligence is? It's separating yourself from feeling the need to explain yourself to motherfuckers. But she really got in my comments, was really like, oh, you said Nicki fans, because I said Nicki fans, y'all be taking shit so far sometimes. I said, and then the people got into the comments when they understood what I was saying. I'm saying when y'all talking about, oh, Drake used Nicki. Let's be completely honest. Drake does amazing streaming. He does well. Both of them do well on their own. I don't feel like Nicki didn't have Drake on her last album. She still sold. She still did her numbers. Nicki don't need Drake and Drake don't need Nicki. This is not a Sexyy Red Ice Spice type of situation. Come on, it's not the same. It's not. Both of them are built up. They both came from the pure selling, pure sales era, doing their thing. Drake has a lot of fans, even though we feel like he got some funny ways, but he does. Don't attribute that to his name. That's all I'm saying. So the person was just like, oh, you're fake and you're this. And you use Nicki because you didn't she pay your rent for a few months? Imagine you being confident in my comments telling me about some shit about myself. Like, huh? Like I said, looks at profile pic, and I wish I would explain myself. What are you trying to say, young man? I said, I never said anything about your looks. I just said I looked at you and I said, I wish I would explain myself. Like, come on. Like, people love conflict. When I tell you, you could say one thing. Like I had this little situation with a person today. They know exactly who they are. I'm not gonna blow them up because I like them. But I questioned them about something that they wrote in one of their titles, and they wrote me this huge response back saying, "LeBron, I don't." And let me tell you something. She don't even. Wow, that's a little too much information. But she don't even realize that everything that she said to me is stuff that I talk about. And I know, and I'm not trying to be funny, but I know that I inspire people because everything that she says sound like something that I said. Like when I be telling people, don't tell me how to title my videos and do X, Y, Z. I just merely asked her a question like, what did this have to do with a certain artist? And she was like, you're trying to be funny. She wrote this huge essay length response to me. And I'm like, number one, I'm not arguing with a girl, but I just asked you, what did this have to do with Nicki? And she got so offended. Like, this is the second time you did this to me. And I just said, you know what? I understand how you feel because I do, but you have to realize, even though I tell you it's no difference from me and you obviously know that when you do commentary or anything, you will have peers that you speak to. So maybe I could have inboxed her and said, what does this have to do with Nicki? But I feel like she still would have responded, don't tell me how to count my video. Don't tell me that. I was like, damn, like, you know what I'm saying? Damn, baby. Puffy, hold me down, baby. Only female in my crew. And I kick shit like a nigga do. Pull a trigger too. So she was really tight at me, and I was just merely just asking her a question. So, all right. So let me continue on. All right. So only weird Nepo babies and Eastern Europe immigrants who wear USSN Polo Association, Cool Water, and media fuckboys actually care for him. What? Work some magic and bring back Young Thug, please. That man is very special. Honestly, if Drake's mother was black, he'd probably not be so corny. Woo! Wow. I didn't read that like that earlier. But you see why I can't accept it? I can ooh and get the oohs and ahs and like that, but it don't translate when you fucking suck white dick. It just don't. It don't translate to me. Yeah, I can laugh at it for a second, but when the thoughts settle in how many white men you've been caught with and saddling their cock, it just like, come on, you probably want to fuck Aubrey. At least he got some black in him, so it's like at least suck the dicks. I don't know. I don't get Azealia Banks. That's why when people be like, yeah, she red, she did this, she did that. It's like, but she fucks white dick at the end of the day. You still fucking with your oppressor. So how you mad at Drake that he got a white mama? Shit. Why? You see, when I put stuff like that into perspective, everything that she says is just void to me. Oh, this is what she said also. Let me just bring this up. So she said, does Drake know that his nose job and liposuction is not hip hop? Does Drake know that no one who actually understands hip hop, a culture born from oppressed, don't really care about his soft tooth, colonized, confused, mixed race? Fastimile attempts to exhibit the true authenticity of an actual MC. Does Drake know his desperate attempts to gangsterize Canadian street life is all encompassing failure in and of its in itself? Does Drake know his nose job and liposuction is not hip hop? Does Drake know that did Drake get liposuction? Let me know if did Drake get liposuction? Let me go on Google on the side and put Drake liposuction. I don't know, but I'm gonna tell you this. I was on Twitter today, and there was a lot of people who were saying the same thing I was saying when they said Drake gifted 21 Savage. I think Drake and Lotto. Let me put my words right. Well, I'm not monetized right now. My personal opinion, how I look at it, Drake plays 21 Savage close. And I know people be like, "Oh, you quick to say this or that." It is what it is. It's like it'd be a lot of Baywatch, and it'd be shit that fly under the radar. Just like I feel like it's something up with fucking Lil Uzi too. It's like JT, she got to be down out and bad. I know if she talk about she this Miami bitch like she is, she fucking with this nigga wearing shoe boots like that. It's no way. It ain't no way. I'm telling you, it's no way. Drake liposuction. Why she say he had liposuction? Jake responds to claims that he underwent plastic surgery. Oh, that's some old shit Azealia bring up. Azealia Banks is one of them hurt ass old, one of them hurt people. What I told you that, like, when I gave you that example before, when she would be somebody who would be like, say you fuck somebody and you was like 11th grade and she would try to embarrass you, like, you fucked this person, you sucked his dick. You're a fucking hoe. You sucked this dick, knowing that she probably sucked just as much dick as you. Please. Hold on a second. Let me do something real quick. I wanna give me a second. I want to go get my drink.
What you said, ma? Fucked up? Tell him why you mad, ma. Tell him why you mad. She was like, where the college bitches at and all that. Where's the college bitch right here? But I'm still a ratchet bitch. I went to college, all that. Where they at? They right here. But you ain't making the motherfucking energy no better. So we all motherfucking ratchet on this bus. What happened? What happened? You ain't making the energy no fucking better. That fucking raggedy ass ponytail. With that raggedy ass fucking ponytail. That shit is raggedy, ma. That shit gotta go to finish.com. I'm the queen of Brooklyn. You better ask about me. I'm with the shit. You wanna get on the bus cursing and shit? Bitch, it's raining. Why you so mad? You ain't get no dick last night? I know your food stamps is on your card. Why you mad? Why you so fucking mad? Bro, you know how I give it up. Bro, tell these bitches who I be. The fucking queen of Brooklyn.
Yeah. Yo, I don't know if y'all ever had this popcorn. This shit is so good. It's called Lesser Evil. It's like an organic popcorn. And I got the Himalayan Gold. So it's the premium quality, minimally processed with butter flavored coconut oil and Himalayan salt. When I tell you this shit is so good, I had to go to the store and buy me another bag just to make sure I had some for the week to bring to work. Hold on. Now, I'm a person who I love Smart Pop popcorn. Well, this one, it takes the cake. Yeah. It is mad good. 40 calories per cup. Hold on. Let me see. I got my seltzer. Okay. All right, let me see what y'all saying. Yeah, but I just don't trust Azealia Banks. Chris Brown perms his hair too. He perms and texturizes. He perms in his facial hair. She's insecure. That's all they do. Cardi knows something in her. I'm telling you. Now, I don't even think it takes you being a body language specialist or anything like that. You just got to be in tune. When I was watching Sway's Universe with Cardi was on there and they was calling her beautiful, let me tell you this. I know you might think that I'm just being like this because I like Nicki. She don't believe none of that shit they telling her. She don't believe that. She don't believe that shit. She don't. When they gas her up talking about, like, how she did this and that, she know that this bullshit. She don't believe a word of that shit. That's why her body language gives jittery when they talking about it. Yo, this popcorn is so good. It's a nice little light snack before, and I like how they did this butter flavored coconut. Well, you can't even really tell. Yo, how many of y'all, when like my mother when we was younger, say she had like a thing of popcorn, and I'd be like, "Oh, I want some," and I would put two hands out. She was like, "I don't know why you put two hands out for. You ain't getting that much," and she would end up giving me a lot every time. I don't know why. My mom would say the same thing all the time. When we go like to Burger King or McDonald's when we was little kids, she was like, "I burned up more gas waiting for the food than like when we was waiting in line." Like she used to say that all the time. I've been bringing my coworker a little black cherry seltzer too. I told her I'm gonna stop bringing it because I don't want her to get used to it when I'm going next week. Yep, she's so sad though. She's like, "You're leaving? Oh my god!" Yeah, I'm out of this motherfucker. I'm tired of being up under a white boss who tried to let this white bitch play with me like that. You can't play with me like that. Now I'm gonna be in a completely different building with new people. I needed that. So, Azealia Banks, stick it up your ass. See what you thought I was gonna come in this video and be like, "Ooh, she got him." I mean, she says some shit, but she always say something. What? How dare you sit up here and say anything about white people when you is like you're the same person who value these people. Like you work with white producers, white engineers. What black person have you put on? Seriously, besides that black gay dancer that's always with you when you dancing everywhere. Who have you put on? She ain't even have a black female dancer. When Azealia Banks first came out, and I used to go to see her at the shows, she had that black male dancer and that white girl. So like, at least you could put some money in a black girl pocket. You want to be micromanaging Beyonce? Let me just show you what she said about Blue Ivy. Azealia Banks. I get up out of here. Banks. Beyonce. She's a nasty soul, and I think it's all. And you want to know what this too? I hate to be, to cross-examine it like that, but Azealia Banks feels some sort of pain for Joe Buttons, and like, being that Drake tried to embarrass him because she knows that she ain't soaring, she ain't doing nothing. So that's why she came in. I'm telling you, you have to have the ability to look at shit from different angles. That's exactly why she came in and try to diss Drake for Joe Budden. Trust me. And you can never talk no shit about fucking with no white people when you suck and fuck ride, jockey, white dick. So let's see. If Beyonce wasn't so late and threatened by everyone, Giannis Marshall would have had Renaissance Tour looking like a production, which it was. Renaissance Tour ain't look like a production? When have you ever even been able to get a fucking fraction of the crowd that she had there? Like, stop this shit. Giannis Marshall would have had her shit looking like a production. She had the latest gays on stage. Honey Balenciaga was bloated. She had Kevin Jay-Z perform from the pit. Like, how dare you? No one wanted to see Blue Ivy at all. She's got the boring gene just like Solange. What? I'm pretty sure she made more money than you on that tour than you made with Booty Butters all year. She just go too far. I'm telling you, Azealia Banks, it's a difference from doing commentary, but some people do shit where they make you want to find them. Like, real talk. If you ever want to find me over some shit, I say, I don't give a fuck, though. But I know that I don't be crossing certain lines. Like, that's crossing the line. You just should not be talking about kids. And when a person does stuff like that, it makes me wonder, can she have kids? Is she so evil like this because she can't conceive? Something is wrong. No one wants to see Blue Ivy at all. Someone please tell B that her children are not as cute to us as they are to her. What? You gotta be kidding me, y'all. It'd be so much information that you read every day that I'd be forgetting the exact words that she said. That'll make you want to get somebody. Someone tell B that her children are not as cute as they are to that they're not as cute to us as they are to her. We don't want to see Blue dance and fist pump was so corny, and fire Fatima Robinson once and for all. This is why I've learned, and you know what? It's so interesting. I'm telling you, be like a fly on the wall. Sit back and see when Azealia Banks does these reads on people. See which barbs sit back and they hate when she say shit about Nicki, but when she say shit about anybody else, they be so quick to applaud it. The motherfuckers is fake. They fake. They fake. Just like I know Drake, he was on some shit too, but it's like I'm not about to applaud this shit. This bitch talking some white shit, especially when she fucking suck white dick. No, what I look like. I feel like I would be insulting my own intelligence, not knowing the scope that she the person that she really is. Nah. I think Drake's dad, before I get up off of here. Drake's dad responded back. Let me see. To Joe Budden. Let me bring this up real quick. So Drake's daddy classed back at Joe Budden for telling his son to stop fucking 25-year-olds. It's none of his goddamn business. Hold on. Where my bevy at? All right. So Drake's old ass father said, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. Drake's dad came on the internet writing essay length responses as well. It's a fucking shame that a young artist can't do his own thing and enjoy his glory without an old hate motherfucker trying to bust his bubble. You know, he just want that check to clear when he near. You know, he just want to make sure he's like, Drake, I got out there and windmill for your son. Now send your father $25,000. Send your father $25,000. You know he got to go out there and put his best effort. And Drake gonna see that shit like, Dad, I'm so proud of you. Came out there. Yeah, what you want? What you want? Send your father $25,000. Yeah, I ain't gotten his ass. You seen my comment, Drake? You see I made the blood. You seen my comment? Send your father $25,000. Shit, you at your show giving people $50,000. It's like you buying like for attention. To me, that's all promo and push for this album too. And it's smart though. If you got the money, give it away. You know, a lot of those people do need those funds. Can't hate on it or whatever. I mean, you don't see Azealia Banks doing no shit like that, right? Whose college has she ever paid off? Wasn't she reported to be getting evicted out of that place? And you want to sit up here and talk about Drake? That's crazy to me. Yo, I know I clicked the screen off of her, but Azealia Banks is so confusing because she talk all this Yamaya shit, you know, all of this African, you know, spirituality and shit, and it's like you fuck white dick. It don't make sense. So anyway, Drake's deity, he said, it's a fucking shame that that a young artist can't do his own thing and enjoy his glory without an old hate motherfucker. How you old calling nigga old? You old? Like how you old calling a nigga old though? That's mad weird. That is mad weird, yo. So, I'm fucking this popcorn up. Let me put it up. You know, when you want to put some shit away, you gotta fold it up, then put it in the bag and tie it. Because, yeah. So, that's some good popcorn, though. Fuck that smart pop. I'm off of that. Like, yeah, now that I think about it, I'm off that. I can't believe he wrote this. This definitely gives me that I want to get money from my son. And you see what I put on the you see what they post on the shade room? I got in his ass, didn't I? I got in his ass. Get your daddy a Cadillac. Get your daddy a Cadillac. My son take good care of me. He gonna take good care of me. Let's read this again. It's a fucking shame that a young artist can't do his own thing and enjoy his glory without an old hater motherfucker trying to bust his bubble because he has nothing going on, and not to mention or put a limit on to put a limit on age anyone should be dealing with with which none of this goddamn business as long as they're of legal age. I'm sick of these old fucking haters fucking with my son. If you don't like what he got doing, keep it moving, motherfucker, because he paying my rent. Now send your father $25,000. You know, he probably living in some nice shit. I can imagine Drake father living in a building with a doorman. Drip too hard, got it too hard, gonna fuck around and drown off this way. I'm pretty sure he cozy, but listen, let me tell you something. He don't got to do that. He didn't have to do that. He didn't have to do that at all. Like, I feel like Drake handled it. You know, all of the people, the Young Money people, they handled it. It's like he didn't have to do that shit. It's just not important. Exactly. She's sucking white dick when they get up here and talk about Drake. And maybe if he didn't have a white mother, but you fuck white men who came from white mothers. You understand what I'm saying? You got to break this bitch down when it comes to her commentary on shit, because you can never talk about white men. You can, or white people when you fuck and jockey their dicks. You saddle their dick. Like, you ever see somebody on a saddle on a horse? She be saddling their dick and then got the nerve to talk about, oh, maybe if you didn't have a white mother, well, maybe if you didn't fuck the white men who came from white mothers. So it's like, huh? Did y'all honestly listen to the album? I only listened to the song with Sexyy Red. Yeah, it's some Northside coochie. Oh man, this some Northside coochie. Northside, come fuck something. It's always an old hating motherfucker. You just happy because your son going platinum and he getting them streams up and he could keep your ass cozy. Send your father $25,000. I want to eat steak tonight. You see my comment on the shade room? Yeah, I got in Joe ass. Sick of these old motherfuckers. Even though he probably like 40 years older than Joe Budden. Like, stop it. And Drake looks up to Joe Budden too. And like, come on, like, just stop the madness. Let's see what them people chat about in the comments about there. Let's see what them say there. Damn, Joe Budden really hit a nerve. Drake mama drafting up her comment right now. This got to be the messiest album rollout Drake ever had. Yep, all because they biracial son is in a tizzy. Wasn't Joe in his 30s dating Kaylin Garcia? Just shut your stupid ass up. All right, let's keep it moving on now. I'm gonna go down now. So I understand his dad stepping up for his son, but I tread lightly because Drake was allegedly texting Millie Brown when she was young teen, according to her. That should have never been okay. Yeah, see what I'm saying? Tread lightly, you know what I'm saying? Watch out now. Watch out now. So ain't Joe Budden and Sin Santana like 15 years apart? And you look like you fuck men. You was probably fucking men who was older than you when you were a teenager too. Just stop it. Like, you know, like, just cut the bullshit. You look like a hall monitor fucker too. like keep it a stack, but just ask we keep it in crack. He says, stop effing meaning young guys like Lil Yachty. He don't say stop effing. I doubt if Joe cares. Oh, yeah, I see what he said, because he started saying something of legal age. This doesn't make sense. A grown billionaire artist has to have so many people fight his battles over an opinion. World War III is here. Who gonna protect you, Drake? Get real. Okay, Keish. They might have not liked your comment, but I'm gonna like it, baby. They might have not liked you, but I like that. Millie Bucks. I never understand why they say people do stuff for album sales. None of this made me say, let me go listen to the latest Drake. Laughing my ass off. Just me, though. I see where he gets his sensitivity from. Yeah, I like that too. Men that say they are legal age are disgusting. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. You had 100 people like your comment, so you don't need my like. Oh my God, y'all dragging for this album sales. It's not that deep. Drake wayward dad. Calling someone else's old while being old is hilarious. He said he hilarious. Who this? A Cardi fan? Drake wayward dad calling someone else old while being old is hilarious. This man was barely there for his son during the adolescence years. That's why he got a no. Let me just keep going. But since the bread is steady, I told you send your father 25,000. He want to be protective dad. Be like Sandra and not chime in. Birdman did it already. Already did. I've just come for terms that Drake isn't take care Drake anymore, and that's okay. 36 is old T. 30s is when you really start living. 20s is where you make the most mistakes. 40s are when you dread turning 59. So get it right before you got long money. If you did everything right, what? Learn how to write complete fucking sentences. That's why you got one like. That's exactly why. All jokes aside, them old men need to stop fucking them young girls enough to be their child, young enough to be their child. That's weird as hell. One man's opinion got the whole family shook. You got 16 likes. You don't need my like. I want to look for the people who only got one like. This whole thing is giving Drake is a beige wet yes up pussy. Oh, I like how people see. Do you know how you got to trick these because these people will report you now. You got to learn how to write your shit backwards. I've been seeing this for weeks. Like you got to be smarter because then they'll report your comments. Drake is a beige wet pussy. That's all I get. It's quite lame and it's getting old as fucking stale. You got 19 comments, but I'm gonna like yours because I like your creativity, how you spelled it backwards. You know, you inspired me to do some shit when I'm cursing somebody else. So Drake done signed into his deity. Joe really got him triggered. Who is this? Who knows? He looked like he probably want Drake too. Anyway, y'all call Nicki 40, but making excuses for Drake. He do need to sit his old ass down. You got 63 likes, and I'm gonna like you because you know you need to support and you just spit some real ass shit. Calm down, Yosemite Sam. They're of legal age sounds so predatory. I wonder how old Drake mommy is. Ain't Drake almost 40? What we talking about here? Why we ain't saying he young and he calling people old? Like he old. That ain't a decade older than him, right? How old is Joe Budden? Let me look up Joe Budden age. Let me look up the Joe Budden age. Let me see the boy there. Let me look up the boy there age. He only 43 years. Okay, Joe Budden's is 3 years older than me. How old is Drake deity? Let's look up Drake deity. Drake's father's age. Drake father. How old is Dennis Graham? He's 71. No, that's not his father. Drake was born in 86, so he's only 3 years younger than me. Oh my God. Yeah, Drake do need to grow up, but I mean, do what you want, you know? Drake's dad is 68 years old, so he's like 48, 50. He's 30 years older than fucking he like over 30 years. Cause if Budden is 43, 53, 63, well, yeah, he's almost 30 years older. Like, how old is Drake Mamito? Let's look up Drake mom's age. Drake Mamito. Drake mom age. She's 63. Okay. Watch out now. It's the little one. And I'm not Bow Wow. See, I overstayed. Give me a second. Hold on. We always be sharing these videos of my nieces when they was little. It's so crazy seeing that they're in 11th grade now. Yeah, but it's like it's Just to talk about that real quick. Yep, my niece, this one little bitch at school, she playing with my niece, and my niece was like, she's been bullying me for the start of school. And a part of me as an uncle, I was just like, turn up, I don't want you to get in nothing, but I also don't know how it feels to have a person bully me every day. I just don't know that feeling because I grew up having brothers and people just knew better. You knew better to fuck with me. And like, if you listen, I grew up in the day and time, if you fuck with one of us, you got to fuck with all of us. And people just was not trying to, I'm just being honest. Like, that's not to say that, like, living now that somebody can't randomly do something to me, rob me, shoot me, or do something like that, right? But growing up, it's like, I've really come from those times where it's like, now I feel like a lot of people disrespect, like, for example, I come from the times where it's like, if you disrespect a girl, nigga, you better be ready to fight her brothers, her father. Like, you better be ready for it because it's going to come. I felt like we thought more back then. Like, nowadays, people don't think. They just disrespecting. They fighting women. They doing all types of shit. There's no real accountability. I don't know. And I feel bad when a girl really don't got no family or no brothers like that, because I feel like every girl deserves to have that. Like, because niggas are just run amok over you, like disrespecting you, doing all types of shit. Like, I'm telling you, it's even been girls who've made me mad, who I'm just like, you be feeling like saying something, but you got to think about it like, damn, like this is going to open a can of worms for other issues. But I feel like if you're not even going through that thought process, like, that's crazy. It's like, everything deserves boundaries. Like, you should only go certain, so far with women anyway. But that's just crazy to me. So anyway, that was a little off topic, but yeah, Drake's mom is not, she's only 63. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I'm about to get up off of here though. Nobody noticed you changed the months in every comment about the rent. Exactly. They slow. And I'm supposed to get up here and come on. People be slow. They don't know. They, and you could tell who failed story time in school. When they used to sing story time, they used to do story time and they'd tell a story. And then after it, they ask you questions about it. You know who didn't retain the information. You know who didn't retain it. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people didn't retain, like, and there's some same people in the YouTube. And even though they got videos that they can play back and forth, they still didn't get the message right. It's like your comprehension or lack of is not my fault. Yep. I seen the blind items, especially the one pretending to the underage kids and him and Taylor Swift fighting over bidding for bot farms. Wow. I just want to know if you better know, you better know, you better know. Damn, I cut off folks with the quickness. Friends that act like phones only work one way. Yep. Just like, let me tell you this. I'm going to say this and I'm really leaving, right? Me and my birthday twin, we are just alike. You want to know why? And I know that he know that I love him and our love is mutual. We're really good friends. And I feel like we're just a lot of the same. So this is why. But let me tell you what happened. So I'm on my personal page the other day and I'm scrolling. So then he sees that I post something. So then he reached out to me. He said, hey, reach out to me. Like, we born the same day. I was born at 3:07. He was born at like 7:00 in the afternoon. Right. And he was like, call me or something like that. Right. And I was like, all right, I'm busy right now. So I'm gonna call you, whatever. So I ended up calling him. He said that he was asleep, but I don't give a fuck if you said you were asleep. You gonna call me back because I'm not calling you. I already called you. Like, I'm not calling again. And I know that you listen to my channel too, because I know you do. Like, you know what I'm saying? You know everything that I do, but it's just like sometimes you really, and it's not even me being mean, but it's like you just gotta meet people where they are. When I tell you yesterday I was up in somebody's live and they exhausted me so much because somebody wanted to hang out with them, but being that their car was messed up, they didn't want to hang out. And they just kept having all these stories on why they acting like this, why they doing that. And then I looked at their age and you're like 35 years old. You're too old to be chasing behind somebody. And I be feeling like people don't face harsh realities. I don't know who broke your heart as a child or something, but you're still chasing those same things around. You are too old to be wondering why somebody didn't call you back, why they didn't do this and that, whatever the case may be. What I do is I let situations happen and I leave them where they're at. My friend, like, I don't know, I do consider him as a really good friend. Like, we have really good conversations, but I called you. When I called you, you text me back hours later and said, oh, I was asleep. I don't give a fuck. You thought I was supposed to pick the phone up again and call you? I leave people where they at. And that's what helps me most. To be honest with you, I'm not chasing you. I'm not doing none of that funny shit. You understand what I'm saying? We're not doing none of that at all. At all. Mm-mm. I called you. You didn't call my phone back. So I guess it'll be next year to the next time we speak because I'm not giving in. I'm not. Let me tell you something. It takes you to lose family members who you love. I'm telling you, this is how I rationalize shit. I've lost family members who I won't speak to until, we make it to that day. And, hopefully there is a heaven or a place, an afterlife where you see your people. I won't see them again. I can stop talking to you too. You understand what I'm saying? Too many people get caught up in relationships. You want to know the type of people who exhaust me too? People who need closure on everything. Now, if you had a relationship with somebody, I get it. But certain situations, you're just not going to get closure on. You're not going to get it because the people who you want closure from are going to try to manipulate you. I don't need closure. I don't. I don't need closure. I just know that when the situation is not working for me no more, I got to remove myself out of it. Fuck that closure shit. I don't even like when people be saying like it's like bonds and like shit. Like I don't feel like I understand this, right? Some people feel as though you have soul ties with people. I feel like we're all human beings and we have emotions, and you have stronger emotions for certain people. And guess what? Emotions can be dealt with. I feel like we have a lot of fancy wording and people try to make it seem like shit is deeper than what it is. Nope, you just knew this person for a while and it's gonna hurt. And the thing is, you got to realize is when you go through any breakup or any loss of a friendship or anything, it's going to hurt. But I'm glad that I've conditioned myself through life to know that pain is expected and you're going to be sad. I went through breakups being at work having to fucking like manage shit and being in tears at work. And no, I wasn't going to call a fucking from work and miss days and miss hours because of a fucking breakup. No. Hell fucking no. I already did that shit when I was going to college and I was doing so good and I was going through some shit and it fucked me up for the remainder of the semester. I don't let that shit get to me no more. I don't. Either you're gonna be here or you not. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just point blank. And I look at that as with friends too. It's just either you're gonna be here or you not. I'm not chasing you at all. I'm not calling you repeatedly. I'm not doing it. I'm using my boundaries with people who don't understand boundaries, who overdo shit too much. Yo, let me tell you this too. I'm the type of person where Instagram used to annoy me so bad that I would even hate posting. Because soon as I would post, certain people would call me. Just because I posted does not mean that I'm available to have conversation. You don't know if I'm at work and I just posted something. People used to do the randomest shit. And I feel like people don't really like respect people's boundaries. Like I'm big on that. And that's why certain people, I have to go ghost on them and just not speak. I could see them comment to me all day and I just won't say nothing because I'm like, this person does not get it. So it takes me to stop speaking to them for them to understand, like, stop doing this shit. Like, stop running amok. Like, this is not no dumping zone. Like, I don't need to know what you feel about every single thing that I post. If you want to support it, just retweet it and keep it moving. Like it and keep it moving. But it's too much messages and I have to slow that shit down sometimes. Like, we get overwhelmed as human beings. I don't know if you do and you're not real about it, but I have to slow shit down. Like, I'm not letting nobody just walk all over me. And just because, for a fact, like I do content and you just feel like you got to send me shit all day. I see the same things you see. Thank you for doing it though. You know what I'm saying? But some people just don't know boundaries and it's up to me as a human being to reinforce them and to let you know. So yeah, some people would think that I'm a motherfucker, but I'm just all about listen, you got to know how to navigate and you got to know how to regulate. You understand what I'm saying? And you got to be okay with the way that people feel with your boundaries. You have to be okay. They might not like you. They might fall back. It's this one person, right? And you know who you are too. I don't know. I just been feeling some, and she don't think that I've been watching her like that, but like she's been associated with this certain blogger. Well, they're like a micro blogger. I consider myself a small one too, but they're more based off of one app, right? But this person typically talks shit about all content creators and shit like that. And she didn't think that I realized that she was moving oppie, and I went through her page and I seen all of her likes and like, oh, you liking? I'm like, so you want to know this? Don't ever feel like you got to pick somebody else over me, because once I've realized that you moving oppie, I'm gonna cut you off. And I unfollowed her ass, and then I waited for a few days, and she finally unfollowed me. And I'm like, thank you. You got the message. I'm not fucking with you. Like, you weird as fuck. Like, you weird as fuck. First and foremost, just to say this too, you don't know me for real. You might like my commentary, but you don't know me like for real. Like, you don't. And some people, they beseech people and they make it seem like, oh, this person has great oversight and shit like that. And just because they hate on people and be like, oh, you keep bringing Cardi's name up, so you doing this. I can bring up whatever the fuck I want to bring up, bitch. I can bring it up. I don't give a fuck who you like and who you support. So if you on some shit like that and you being funny and you liking shady ass comments and shit like that, you don't need to be following me. So I kindly unfollowed. Yeah, and she got the message because she unfollowed me too within a few days. I said, thank you. You see it. I'm aware of you. I'm aware of everything that you're doing. You don't got to watch my Instagram stories all the time either. Don't do it. Just fall off. Like this life shit. And what I'm trying to tell you is we in this existence and we have waves with people. It's a lot of y'all who be here, who y'all been here for a while. And I really respect y'all who respect boundaries. I don't be DMing y'all 20 times a day. Y'all don't DM me 20 times there's something that need to be said, you say it, but you don't got to play me close. Like I'm a regular human being at the end of the day. I'm not more special than you. If you picked up a microphone and started doing this today, you would see exactly what I'm talking about. But maybe some people are bored and they just want to receive all those messages. I don't want to receive all those messages, and you don't have to comment on everything that I do. It gets a bit annoying. I've been wanting to say that for a while, but I didn't want to come off as rude and ungrateful. But it's just like, I said it kind of like the other day. I'm like, damn, give somebody else a chance. Like, I don't care if I post something and it flop. You not everything that you do ain't gonna go up. When I do videos, every one of them don't get 30,000 views. They don't. So it's like, I'm perfectly okay with it. You don't have to clobber me like that. I don't have the personality that's like that either. So yeah, I felt like I said a lot. That's all I wanted to say. So let's see. Let me read a few more comments before I get up out of here. I just watch. I've always, and I tell y'all this, and y'all might think it's just like jibber jabber, but I'm really a little brother. I watch people. You might think that I got a lot of subscribers. It's not a lot to me. I watch people, especially the ones who communicate with me. I see what they doing, and I'd be like, oh, you moving funny. You don't gotta follow me. Why do you follow me? Like, why you make it seem like you have to do this? It's not obligatory that you like me. It's not. It's just not at all. Like, nah, I'm gonna be okay. Like, I'm a big boy. You a big girl. You're gonna be okay. I'll be okay too. Unfollow. You know? As for calling people when they post, I did that with my dad because he kept tagging me in posts. Well, that's different. That's your dad. You understand what I'm saying? And even he probably might get annoyed, but that's different. But it's just like some people, they just overdo it. It's like they just overdo it. And it's up to us as individuals. And that goes with anything, is to put those boundaries in place. Just because you post something and somebody calls you immediately, depending on your relationship and if they're in your front row or not, you're going to answer or you're not. Like, you don't have to feel compelled. Like, let me tell you something. Certain people, I might DM them who I speak to, and they might take 2 hours to get back to me. And I don't ever feel like I require a response back from you. I don't ever feel like that. Like, you owe me a response. Nope. You get back to me when you need to. Just because I responded quickly. Like, certain people, you have to realize a lot of people is like that. Like, could you imagine? Certain people even be having on their Twitter, I don't check DMs or don't DM me or some shit like that. I don't want to be rude like that because certain people do want to say certain things. I don't want to be rude, but some people just overdo it. And I got to the point where I stopped feeling bad for not responding. Like, it just is what it is. Feel how you feel and heal how you heal. So I'm about to get up out of here. Y'all have a blessed night. I might come on tomorrow morning. I gotta see. I'm like 30 minutes late. I need to go over these notes that I have for this fucking lunch in tomorrow. Like what questions I want to ask to my new manager. But I'm gonna do that till like 12 o'clock. But yeah, it's not much. But I just want to have some really good questions. During the luncheon. But new role is starting Monday. Blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm so excited. New building, all of that. So. Yeah, y'all be blessed. I'm gonna holla at y'all. I might go on in the morning. I don't know. I might talk about something random or something mainstream. It just really depends. But nonetheless, y'all have a blessed evening. And this is your boy, Female Rap Elite. That's true. It depends on who it is. I just don't like when you DM someone and they watching your stories. And they watching your stories like, now my stories is hitting. Viewing my stories is a privilege, right? I separate my social media life from my personal life. Social media is like TV to me, but I do enjoy chatting with some people. Right. All right. Y'all be blessed. I'm going to holla at you. Peace.